Everyone, and welcome to Friday's edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And we have a most amazing adventure for you today with Archangel Michael being present, who has been with me from the moment of my physical birth as a guardian angel. Yes. He says there's a distinction, though, between guardian angel and archangel. Guardian angel is the one I call John, who was with me at a very low vibrational point in my life, whereas Archangel Michael was with me at points where there was no judgment within me resisting the assistance of him supporting me through a very traumatic birth and through other events throughout my life. But today it is about getting an understanding of the light of truth and really understanding what the light of truth is. And we're going to wait a couple minutes, give people a chance to get in here, because I think this is really important to understand light of truth, what that is, where light of truth is found, how do you align yourself to it, and does that help you to alleviate your suffering if you're in truth. And it's amazing, that archangels can assist you when you, through no fault of your own, are in need of assistance, but not in a low vibrational place of fear or terror, when you can shift your vibration. Guardian angels, on the other hand, I'm being told today that guardian angels can interface with us when we're at lower vibrational emotional states. They can step into our emotional negative field, where archangels, ascended masters, will tend not to step into lower vibrational emotional fields, because it's just not, it's like mixing oil and water. You can't. Master Jesus could work on all planes and does work on all planes. He can work in lower vibrational planes and higher vibrational planes. But today Archangel Michael wants to discuss the light of truth. And it's amazing where we find that. Where do you find the light of truth? So I've been sitting here just listening to him say, William, people are running around trying to find the truth in this world and seem to find only confusion. And the only reason they find confusion in this world is because the truth is not contained in the world itself. Everything that you see in this world is a temporary manifestation of infinite spirit of love. Whereas light of truth is the essence of what you are. It is the essence of what keeps you alive. Light of truth can only be found within you. And you were born in that body fully aligned to this light of truth. And you were distracted and pulled away from it. You were instructed to look away to this world for your sense of fulfillment, your sense of completion, your sense of happiness. And yet the very life that gave you life resides within you. It is within you right now to come to a place where you are deliberately able to align to that light of truth within you, is a place where there is no judgment. There is no judgment about who you are from the light within. There is only the extension of love and the manifestation of your being as an expression of that love. If you seek in this world to find the light of truth, you will be very challenged, for there are very few in this world that are still connected deliberately and intentionally to the light of truth. You have your wonderful sciences that can weigh and measure the effects of this light of truth. They can weigh, they can measure, but they cannot know. They can simply measure effects, and they can understand that certain qualities or properties of time, space, and matter will interact with each other in certain ways unaware that they are also participating in that process that they are observing. How do you get back to light of truth within you? You must begin this process of turning away from the world, not ignoring it, not denying your responsibilities, not ignoring or cutting those off around you, but getting to that place where you go within, where there is no judgment, there is no good or evil, there is strictly an awareness of life, of being, of unconditional love. And that unconditional love will manifest itself through all matter as the expressions you call good or evil. To go within simply means to turn your attention away from what you remember and what you know, or what you think you know, or what you may know, to turn your attention away from this world for some time each and every day, to reconnect to that light that is your life. It is carrying out the activities of your heartbeats. Can you feel it? Can you honor it as much as you honor your food or the tastes of your senses, or as much as you honor the monetary and physical things of this world? Can you turn inward to that light, that life within you, and honor it with your attentions? As you honor this world with your attentions, you seem to disconnect further from this light, and this is evidenced by the destruction and suffering, needless destruction and suffering, that you observe in this world around you, because you are distancing yourself from that light within you, which only executes actions from the perspective of life. All actions are carried out from the perspective of life, giving life. Life, giving life. It is operating within all of you right now. It is delightfully, wondrously, without judgment upon you, giving you that life that you experience in that heartbeat, that life that you experience coming through the breeze in the trees, that life that you experience in the sounds of the birds, in the cry of a newborn child. Life says, I am here. I am here within you. And I am also all around you. But you do not see nor do you respect that, for you think you are still separate from it. If you really truly understood that our role here is to simply remind you, light of truth is within you, and all else is temporary around you, and you may delight in the expression of that life, but do not mistake the expression for the life. Honor the life that gives rise to expression. And that expression will often come from love. In fact, it always comes from love, because it gives you the opportunity to experience your being alive. We witness many of you struggling to find peace and solace and joy from the assuages of fear and anger and disappointment and mistrust. But you will not find relief from those things in this world, or from the others of this world who are also many separate from this. But you can and shall find it within you. You really need to repose yourself and not simply get lost in the beating of your heart, but to seek to find that which gives you that beating heart, that spark that is within you, that calls gently to you, and sometimes not so gently when you have been in neglect of it. These conditions of physical dis-ease, conditions of heart attacks, conditions of catastrophes around you, seek to tell you to turn inward, where light and truth will offer you freedom from all of these things and enable you to give unto this world a love that is sorely lacking, which is dependent on truth. Love is dependent on truth as truth is dependent on love. So we can intervene on your behalf when you're ready to surrender your fear and your anger. You do not have to cling so hard to them. We sit and we watch how many of you hold to your anger, to your fear, your uncertainty. We watch how you cling to it, hoping somehow that holding on to it will give you the life you seek. Let go of your anger. Let go of your fear. Let go of your uncertainty. Let go of them. There is something else that will take their place. And it is a light. It is a truth. It is the very life that allows you to hear these words, that allows you to smell smells, that allows you to breathe your breath. You have this wonderful opportunity to surrender your fear and your anger. Why do you tarry in them? Why do you sit in them and dwell in them that cause you to suffer? Because you have been taught to believe that the world is your salvation, and it is not. Your salvation is light and truth and love, and it is within you. And we have repeated this message in many ways. You have been called to look inward many times, and you find the distractions of this world of greater value than you do the very life that allows you to distance yourself from it in your own suffering. But I also wanted to say that it is important that the moment you decide that you are willing to surrender your anger and your fear and your mistrust, the minute you're willing to surrender it, there is something inside you waiting with an open eye, watching for your arrival. An open eye within you, waiting for your arrival. And what is that open eye? It is light. It is truth. It is home. It is home for many of you on this realm, and there are, of course, other expressions and experiences of that light and truth that you currently do not have access to because of your attachment to this world. And we want you to understand it's not about the world being at fault here. It is about your not recognizing that the very life that you observe with your senses, that you seek to find joy and comfort from, is already within you. And we've watched how so many of you pursue this world with such vigor and excitement, hoping to find fulfillment out there and finding less fulfillment out there. Not because there is not fulfillment in this world, but because your fulfillment in this world comes at the expense of your separating yourself from that light and truth within you. Light and truth. Everyone in this world can hear if they choose to hear. Everyone in this world can see if they choose to see. We understand that you can delay the inevitable, but you can never stop it. It is inevitable that you will come back to this light, this life, this truth. One way or another, you will come back. It is much better to choose the journey than to be taken for a ride. To choose the journey to the light within you and to see what it sees, to hear what it hears, and then to express that. But first you must be willing to let go of your suffering so you can hear all of us that stand around waiting for you to open your ears and open your eyes. And many of you now are starting to see, and many of you are now starting to hear beyond what your senses are telling you. You're becoming, as you lose your attachment to your senses, you begin to gain more sense about what is true and what is false. My reason for coming to this one today was simply to remind you that in all of your searching for fulfillment and joy, search within, for you will not find relief for any great period from your suffering in this world, but you may, in your liberation from your suffering, find a way to offer liberation from suffering to others. Yes. So let us take some questions. Let us take some questions and see where you would like to go. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Hello, Allison. Hello, Khan. Hello, Sarah. Good morning. Good morning. Question from Jana to Archangel Michael. When in earthly terms will I be more aware of your presence? He's saying you can be aware of my presence even now, not simply with the ears that you hear these words tumbling through this body, but you may hear and feel my presence with you now. Can you not turn your mind quiet? Can you not listen? Can you not feel? Of course you can. Of course you can. Be still. Let this body and mind be still and feel in that place deep inside, not in this flesh, but deep inside of you, your being, your awareness. We are all there together, and you can hear us, and you can know us, and you can walk with us. Look inside. We can give you symbols and mechanisms, but do not get caught up in the symbols or the mechanisms around you. They're simply to remind you to turn within. The mystical, when it unfolds around you, is a signal to turn within. Not get caught in the phenomena, but to turn within to see the wondrous phenomena of your being, of your light, of that place where we all are joined as one. Thank you very much for that question, Julia. Wow. Wonderful, we'll do that. Hello, Ruth. Hello, Vertical Connection. Hello, Laughter. Hi, Janine. Wonderful. Carolyn. Question from Adam. Can I ask Freya, why did she and her daughter appear in my mind's eye a few days ago? Because you're ready to listen to them. Why are you not asking us? Why are you not asking us questions when you perceive us? the answers that you seek, you may receive. You do not need another medium to hear what you are capable of hearing. When you recognize our presence and you know we are around you, why are you not speaking with us? It is sometimes like being in a room with some of you, and we're there with you, but you do not speak. You do not hear, but we are there, and you know we are there. Many of you experience this, and not just with I, but with many others. So learn to speak, and you will hear. Yeah, it's kind of like it's like you're standing in a room. It's like being in an elevator with somebody, right? If nobody says anything, nothing happens. Each person gets off on their floor, and that's what's happening. Freya is showing up for you, and she's wanting to communicate with you. Ask her questions and listen. Quiet your mind and listen. A lot of people try to let their mind make up answers. You don't have to let your mind make up answers. The answers are there without you. You don't need a mind to hear. Your mind is just a construct of this world. You as an awareness can function independent of your thoughts, and you do all the time, whether you're aware of it or not. So please remember, when you are aware of our presence, ask us a question. Ask us a question. A lot of people don't do that. They end up getting off at their floors. I like that analogy. Thank you. I love that. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So how many times you've had that happen? It happened all my life. Question from Jana. I try to align my solar plexus area by imagining sun glowing there. The previous discomfort is leaving. How do I affirm that light inside me even more intensely? Thank you. Bring yourself to here, and bring here, which is the heaven, to earth. Bring yourself to this that you call your third eye. This is not the... we simply say this to represent a place that is within the biology of that body. What your science has revealed is the pineal gland. This is your third eye. Move your awareness into that. When your awareness comes in contact, when you bring your awareness to that, the electrical alterations in your potential stimulate the gland. The very nature of your awareness, if you bring it to any part of your physical body or space-time around you, alters that place electrically. Bring your awareness to the top of the temple, to the eye there. Bring yourself to the eye. Feel the eye open, and bring the light of the eye down to this area that you wish to liberate. For this area that you wish to liberate is the expression of yourself. It is the expression of yourself, not this mind and body mechanism, but the expression of yourself unencumbered by this world and by thought. Great question. Hi, Diane. Does Archangel Michael have a message for me today? Much love. I'm getting this image of you, something gardening. Something about planting, garden. I'm seeing a sapphire, but something gardening, planting something in a garden. Can you be more clear than that? Okay, relax. Place your hands in the earth. Place your hands in the earth. Allow yourself to lose the two into one. Do not think, but feel in this. Do not think, but feel in this. Cool. Thank you. Question from Vertical. Many years ago, I said to my friend Rita, "You are here to shine your light," and with deep gratitude, it completely changed her perspective on life. Can you connect me with her? You're making the erroneous assumption that you are somehow separate from her. You could easily guide her to the truth of that holy place within her. Why would you think that that holy place within you is less than that which is within her? And are they not all the same? That place, that holy place within, that light within, you are not separate there. You are not separate there at all. Allow yourself to indulge in that. Question from ZB. I've always felt a special connection to Yeshua since I was young. Any messages from him or clues as to why that is? The words I'm getting are Christ in thee is that in me. All is glorious in its recognition of that self that is you. Wow. Thank you. Question from Catherine. Archangel Michael, much love. I am ascending toward the fifth dimension. Sometimes, not often, I get worried, don't want to get stuck in the third. Will I get to the fifth? Do not separate yourself from that which you are. Your mind will seek to understand from the biology exclusively. You must learn to understand from your experience of being. These dimensional shifts that you speak of, these dimensional shifts you experience all the time on a very lower vibrational plane. The dimension of your body is one vibration, and it feels more real to you than the vibration of thought, the dimension of thought. But there's the dimension of awareness, which is another dimension. Then there's the dimension of being. Then there's the dimension of light. And then there's the dimension of creation. These are all various dimensions of experience. If you can release your attachment to the one below and begin to experience the one above, and this is easy, you can easily move from your body to being aware of your thought. And you can easily move from being aware of your thought to being aware of being aware. Those are the first three dimensions. Those are the first three dimensions. And you can easily, any of you can easily move through those dimensions. You may, some of you, decide that emotion is another dimension, that substance that organizes the conditions of your matter. You may decide this, but I would simply say to allow yourself to move up these dimensions from matter to emotion, to mind, to awareness, to being, to life. And each of these levels, when you allow yourself to align there, will offer you different wisdom, different truth, different understandings that you may bring down into this world, or you may bring understandings from this world up there and experience different things as a result. Thank you. A question from Sunny. When I do healing, sometimes the person will break down asking questions why they went through stuff. Any guidance how I can help these people? Thank you. Please understand that they're going through the stuff, again, is of no value to them. To literally let the stuff go is the true purpose of healing, to relinquish your attachment to this suffering that you have become so accustomed to believing is necessary for your happiness. Does that not seem very strange to you? That you would think that you have to suffer to find happiness? That is complete insanity. To think that you have to suffer to find happiness. Happiness is a choice. And so you may choose. But when they are in that place with you, as you are guiding them on that path of freedom, then I would strongly encourage you to simply have them breathe that body and release their attachment to that suffering. They no longer need it. They are aware of it only to let it go. It is like finding that you've stepped on a piece of glass and you simply have to pull it out of your foot to alleviate the pain. So too, when you find yourself faced with difficult emotions, you simply need to allow yourself to let your attachment to it go. The minute you pull your attention away from your suffering, you will no longer be in it. But so many of you think that you have to find some sort of understanding from your suffering that will give you freedom from it. But your attachment to your suffering is your attachment to your suffering and will not liberate you from it. Please understand. It's one of the things that prevents you from hearing us and knowing us and being with us more frequently while you're in this physical form. Your attachment to your suffering is unnecessary. It really is. Thank you. Thank you so much. Question from Trish. Insight on the psychic attacks both my husband and younger daughter experienced last night. Ah, yes. Somebody is ready to let go of all their suffering and all their fear. Remember, when you choose to relinquish an energy from your life that has a life of its own, it will try to hold on. Please understand, as you relinquish your attachment to fear, then all those beings, those lower vibrational beings that thrive on your fear, will seek to cling. When you sense such things as you call these attacks, it is not so much the action of the attack that you need to consider, but the vibrational quality of it, the emotional energy that's there, the fear or the anxiety or the whatever the emotional energy is, to be willing to release it. I no longer need this. I release it. And you may use your breath to do this. It is very easy once you realize that it is. It is very easy. The fact that all three of you are engaged indicates to me that you are also in a process whereby you are dealing with a similar collective energy that is at that vibrational frequency of fear. So simply agree, the three of you, to release that together. You may join your hands together and say, we release this fear with love and with grace. Release it. Don't release it with violence or anger. Release it with love and grace. That way it cannot reattach itself. There are parasitic energies, as there are parasitic entities that will latch onto your body, like those things you call or ticks or things like that. So too, there are beings on planes of emotional energy that can align themselves to you if you choose to stay that way. Thank you. Yes, I understand. Question from Sarah. I lost my son almost 18 years ago. They're telling me he's not lost. My awareness of him as being strong lately. Any messages from him, please? I am not lost. Yeah. Playing, and I want to just be in this joy of playing. The one that is lost is you, believing that I am lost. Let go of your suffering, mother. Let go of your suffering. It's not necessary. I'm quite happy where I am. I'm not coming back into this world. But you have lost nothing. I am not lost. And you believing that I am is what you must relinquish. I am found. I know who I am. You no longer need to hold on to that suffering. Let it go. Let it go so you can be rid of your suffering. And then, if you want to know, I will be present with you. As long as you hold that belief that I'm lost, how can I connect to you? Because you'll believe that I'm lost. The very nature of that keeps us separate. I am not lost. I am not lost. Well, thank you so much for that. He's a beautiful soul. I like that. My daughter's father discovered he has a benign tumor on his pineal gland. Is this from fluoride, and is there a way I can help him to heal naturally to avoid surgery? He's saying there is a form of breathing. His eye has been distorted, and he must clear his eye. the substance that you call fluoride is not a contributing factor in this, but his denial of his awareness of us and others. He sees many things, but he's kept his eye closed in fear. He's kept his eye closed in fear. He must open his eye with excitement. He may use the blue light, the ray of blue, bring the ray of blue into his eye. This will clear his sight. He must do this with this breathing, where he is breathing into here, breathing his life back into his sight, into his eye, breathing life and light into his eye. He must acknowledge these other realms that he has chosen to deny for many, many years. And there are certain things that he practices that he must cease to do. He has simply got a mote in his eye that he must release. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Well, this has been really great, guys. I want to thank Michael for coming in today so much, and the other beings. Thank you so much. There are many of you that will see when you understand what was said today. There are many of you that will begin to see. Turn your attention away from that which will feed your fear. Turn your attention back to love. Inward. Turn inward. Relinquish your suffering. Relinquish your suffering. It is unnecessary. Do not let this world distract you any further. You have something to offer to the world, but you cannot open the gift until you open the gift. And the gift is not found in what you remember. It is in what you are. We give you much love, much joy, much respect, for that which you are is wondrous. Have yourselves a wondrous and a joyful day. I will see you on Supernatural Saturday tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. And I'll look forward to the meditation then. Much love, everybody. Bye for now.